to hear about the workshop because I had seen you publicise it, and it was last Friday, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, very recent.
So, what did you do? Who did you do it with, and how many people came?
So we had a small space, so for maximum 15 people. So we had 10 attending, which was great for our first event, I thought.
Yes.
And we had I did it with an SEO expert. So we're both local, and we mainly got obviously people, local business owners, people who have websites but don't do blogging for a series of reasons, mainly due to lack of time.
Yeah.
I often find that people say to me, I don't blog because it takes me 8 hours to produce one blog post, and I do not have 4 sets of 8 hours, so 4 days a month to create 4 blog posts a month. So there's no way I can do this. Yet they don't have the budget to outsource it necessarily, or not yet. So they need to learn a way to do it themselves. We had the first session about SEO and how to do keyword research, because it's quite key for all this. And then I jumped in and helped them. So talked about my batching process, but also how to write for the internet as opposed to writing for, university or for school. A lot of people have this story that they carry that, writing my dissertation was so hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to write anymore. I'm not good at writing. It doesn't come natural to me. Or, my English teacher 25 years ago, 30 years ago said I wasn't good at writing and therefore I'm not good at writing. So I'm like, well, this is a different skill set.
Yes.
You just have to know how to write for the internet as opposed to writing for essays, writing essays back then. It's a different skill set, and you just need to learn it, really.
Yeah. It's interesting. So that really strikes a chord with me, because I remember I read avidly. We are all readers in our family, and my kids read all the time as well.
Great.
We're massive readers, and I remember I always wanted to write, and I tried to write for the school magazine when I was 14 or 15, and I didn't, it was just rejected. And I thought, I'm just not a writer. It's not a writer. And yeah, I love writing blogs. So it's really funny.
There you go.
I get such compliments on my newsletters when I put the effort into what I'm writing in them as well. So it's very interesting to hear you say that.
Yeah, so I mean, you back that up. It's that the story works. It's just what we carry from the past, and it's not necessarily the things we tell ourselves. Yeah, they're not necessarily true sometimes, are they?
No. So you had 10 people came to the workshop.
Yeah.
And was it a full day?
No, we had 3.5 hours. So we put in some networking on the side because we're all local.
Oh, lovely.
Owners. Yeah. So we had an initial half an hour of networking. Then we did an hour of SEO, half an hour of break and networking, and then again an hour of content, and then another half an hour of networking and asking questions. So it worked really well.
Excellent. And do you mind sharing what you charged?
We charged £120 early bird and £150 for the full price.
Excellent.
Price.
I like to hear people charging livable wage type money.
Do you approve, Louise? Was it okay?
Yes, I do approve of that. Do you know why? In the entrepreneur space, I see people posting in groups saying, that they want to run an event. Can somebody tell them somewhere they can do it for free? Can they get funding for their event? And then the ticket prices, they're just so low. And you think, you're not running a charity, you're running a business. And it's interesting, I think, as well, what I've learned over the years is that when people appreciate a price tag, if that makes sense. So if you told me that you did all of that amazing work and it was like £20, I'd be thinking, oh God, it couldn't be that good, could it?
Yeah, so true.
So, and also by people paying over £100 or 120 or 150, they're invested in the day. So they're going to put the work in as well. Yeah. So
everyone came, everyone was there bright and early, everyone's ready to learn. And I think they actually walked away with a very, very tangible practical tips that they can actually, they can actually start to do it. And I think it was also a shift of mindset that happened during the workshop. So it helps. It was a good investment to make. I think we've got really good feedback. So,
yeah, did you give feedback forms?
Not yet. I haven't got around to do it yet. Okay. I want to do an online survey. We didn't get around to.
Okay.
Maybe we should have done that actually.
Well, Carol Cox would tell you, yes, you need to have filling in the feedback forms on the day with bottom of ways to work with you.
Interesting. Yes, that's a learning point for me. Lesson learned. Thank you.
You'll need to go and listen to Carol on her Speaking Your Brand podcast.
Yes, I've come across Carol in your...
Yes, you can tell that she's one of my
online summit
favorites. Yes. In fact, she said that she would love to come to our conference because she'd love to come and meet me, but also she's obsessed with the Titanic.
Oh wow! So is she coming?
No, she's not coming. No, this is.
Oh no!
We had a couple of weeks ago. I mean, if she was coming, she'd be keynoting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll try and get her over another year. For everyone who's listening, Carol lives in Florida, so it's not exactly an EasyJet flight over to Belfast.
No, so that'd be amazing. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe I should have a campaign. Get Carol to Belfast.
Nice.
Oh dear. So you love the content writing, Sara?
Yes.
And what's your plans for the business? Because you said you really left your job about 3 years ago.
Coming up to 3 years.
Yeah. So what's your plans for growing this business, do you think?
So I am still working on my VIP kind of offering. So I think that there needs to be a step up from what I do in that what I see. I don't provide people with the ideas for contents. They need to come up with their own kind of strategy. And I think a lot of people do need help with the strategy as well, because what I see is that they'll come to me and say, okay, write about this, but when I actually look at what they offer or what their strategy is in their business, I don't necessarily see how some of the blog posts may help them. And for me, it's not, I want them to have a return on investments. I want to make an impact. I want them to know, wow, so I invest money, I'm writing all these blog posts, but actually they are making me money because it's happening for me. So I know it works. I just want to see it work for other clients. So I think I need to come up with a content manager kind of offering. I basically take over the whole blogging package, and they don't need to worry about what the strategy and what to write about. Obviously, I need to check in with them consistently, but at least it's something that I can take away from them. So I'm working on that right now, and that's, I guess, the next step. Do
you consider outsourcing to people?
I think it might have to come to that at some point if I want to scale myself. I just don't see yet what I would be able to outsource, because obviously people come to me to get my writing, and I'm at the stage where I'm like, oh, but I feel bad outsourcing it to someone else. So I need to kind of come up with a way to delegate this out. And I know it'll come, but it's probably in the future. Yes. Yeah. If I want to scale, I need some help at some point, right?
It's further down the road at the minute, we think.
Yes. I think so.
Absolutely. So at the minute, if someone wanted to work with you, you've got tell me all the ways people can work with you.
So I have I try to keep it quite simple, actually. So I've got a blogging package, which is either 2 blog posts a month or 4 blog posts a month. And then I have a podcasting package, which is, again, similar prices for the repurposing. So we either, obviously podcasts are out every week. So either repurpose 2 episodes a month or 4 episodes a month. So in a way, I take the transcription and turn that into a blog post. And then I've got kind of a mix and match podcasting package where people can come to me and say, well, I need the show notes, I need the repurposed blog post, I need the newsletter, I need a social media post, I need like some text to make a video. It depends on what people want, what writing services they need to go with the podcast.
Yeah.
And then, the next level up is then this content marketing package, which I think it's still, I still need to work out exactly who my ideal client will be there.
Yes, it is tricky, because I would get people coming to me and they would say, can you just do our social media for us? And I did start my business that way, and I don't do it anymore. But part of me does think, am I missing a trick here? Should I not have a team under me that when someone comes and says that, I go, yes, absolutely, and I'll give that to, Joe and the team here or something like that. But then it's all on the online space. It's the riches are in the niches. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes. Down.
So true.
And focus on one particular area or one particular revenue stream, which I personally find really challenging.
Yeah, same here.
Because, there's been advice given to me that I should focus, for example, purely on LinkedIn. But then I'll go into a workshop. 2 weeks ago, I did 2 full days workshops, and it was working with people in, the first day was working with people in the charity sector on how to use social media to raise their visibility. And I loved it so much. And I thought, I could never give that up to just do LinkedIn training. And then I do LinkedIn training and I love it, but I think I love doing all of the different social media platforms.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll buck the trend.
Why not? If it works for you, then...
Yeah. So Sarah, what social media do you like to use for your business?
I have started recently with LinkedIn, to be honest. I used to use LinkedIn in my corporate job, but it was what it was back then. You just connect with someone and leave it, and that's it. Yes. So I think from this year, I've started to really build my profile there. Other than before that, I was mainly on Facebook and Instagram. I love Instagram in terms of the type of platform, but to be fair, although I've made great connections, I don't get any business from it. So I don't know if it's something I should kind of park and leave to the side, but I really enjoy it. So that's why I find it hard to go, for me, Instagram is more of a behind the scenes, this is my life.
Yes.
And it's, the business of me being a mum, having this business and having to juggle everything. Almost like an insight into that more than...
Yes, that's exactly how I feel about Instagram as well, actually.
Yeah. So it's not about me teaching how to blog or giving tips or anything like that. It's more about, this is me, this is what I'm up to today. So I really quite enjoy that. And LinkedIn, I think it's where I am focusing mainly now, and I will be focusing in the future, I think. Yes.
I think LinkedIn is definitely where you will get clients, and for me it is where I get clients as well. So for example, yesterday I met with somebody who runs an insurance company, and they had connected with me through LinkedIn, and hopefully we're going to work together. So in fact, he might listen to this because he said he's a podcast listener.
Hello.
So LinkedIn definitely. I'm much more likely to get work through like workshops or requests to come and speak at events and stuff through LinkedIn. Instagram, I love for connecting with people. Don't think it's ever brought me a client directly. Twitter has brought me work, and Facebook, Facebook is where probably the lion's share of my business is. So
yes.
In Facebook groups, and that's where I run my community as well. So all the changes to Facebook, it was really funny. The big announcement about they're going to change the colour of Facebook. Well, they just changed it to a brighter blue. That was it.
Yes, I think you mentioned that in your last episode, didn't you?
No, they only changed it yesterday. So, because I was suggesting it might be changing to green, there was a talk about it.
Oh, yes, you did say that. Yes.